All right. Good morning, though, guys. We are going to be working on Zaleena today. One of our very old gods. I guess she's a goddess. All right. Still kind of wait for people to pop in. I think everything is going.
Leave that monitor up with something bright.
It's better, right?
It adds some nice fill light.
Maybe I'll make.
Preferably something warm. A big warm square. A big.
All right, hold a second.
Warm square.
Maybe.
Fill your screen with orange.
You guys are maniacs.
Maybe a brownish orange. What do you call that?
All right, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah. Can you see? I can't see.
You guys done this before?
Have you guys ever streamed anything before?
I don't know. Last time Blair was on, I was like, shh.
Works fine? Alright, we're still getting going.
Like, shh, I can't hear you.
Alright, we are going to work on a little painting today. I think at some point we're going to start painting on this. We actually had spent a little bit of time on this kind of preliminary sketch. We should probably show the previous version of Zaleena. Let's see here. Let me show this on people that may not have seen it. All right, so this was actually the very old version of Zaleena. This was done years and years ago. So there's definitely, we're trying to update a lot of the god pieces that were done, just to kind of bring them more in line of where the game is, where the stylization and type of rendering these days. So before she was, she's not like naturally human. She's like taking this human form of this type of like seductress, and she has like this snake tattoo, and we didn't really go much further with her. I think she was raised by Malachi, but wasn't actually the daughter of Malachi. So we
Stole her when she was an egg.
Yeah. So there's an idea that she was kind of like possibly born from the dragon. And so we're actually going, I think, a little more dragon-ish with it. We're actually going to give her kind of these little dragon horns that kind of represent kind of her crown on the top. And we actually have this kind of like weird pinup illustration idea going forward. So she's actually going to be almost fully nude, but her whole body is going to be covered in snake tattoos, kind of like a Ninja Scroll. It's kind of like the idea we're going for. And then she also, we think we may actually make her look a little more Egyptian in like ethnicity and how she looks and skin tone. But I'm actually going to do something with the whole background where the whole background is also going to be kind of like a 2D representation of snake tattoos. And so parts of her body are kind of blend into the background, all that stuff. So it actually could be a pretty cool piece. I'm actually pretty pumped to work on it. Malate Mensa, Zarain, how you guys doing? Almost fully nude, you support that? All right. Yeah, I think if we cover up like enough in tattoos, and it should still be pretty cool. And we were giving her like two like really long like fingernails, almost like their claws, like she wants to slash someone's throat or something. That could be pretty cool. So that is what we're going for right now. Let me see here. Okay, cool. This is, and we are using the new art channel on Twitch, which is pretty awesome. That actually went live yesterday. So creative is no more. Adam, good to see you, dude. How you doing today? Yeah, I think if we spend a little bit of time, we can clean up some of these top shapes and all this stuff. Kind of what we normally do. Hello, Smatty. I don't have to ask for Dave this time. All right, fair enough. Let's bring this down a little bit more. Then we're gonna start kind of working on like a darker outline up top. Dude, I'm doing good, man. I had some breakfast tacos this morning. Feeling good. Feeling pretty good. Let's look at my coffee. It was like drawing, but you can't draw faces to save your life. Yeah, it just comes to just tons of practice. Like, figure out what is you're struggling with. As far as the face goes, like if you need to spend time on eyes and how the eye fits into the socket, or different noses. You know, you can really focus down on a face, like kind of like bone structure, where the jaw connects. All that type of stuff is going to help. Like every painting you do is going to be a learning process. And so, you know, most of this will be pretty painted over by the time we're done with the piece. But if people have watched me do this before, I do like to start with quite a bit of line drawing to figure out some really interesting shapes. Like, I'm really like finding shapes that I can fall in love with. Yeah, this is Zaleena, absolutely. Jack's right. So she's one of our gods in the game. I'm trying to spend some time and go back to redo a lot of some of our god pieces. They kind of just feel outdated. They were done years ago. We didn't have like a large idea of how we wanted to create a lot of them, or kind of like what the style was for the game. So it's nice to go back now and figure that out. I do always like kind of discovering weird shapes with eyebrows too. Oh God. But I like how this piece is a little bit more than kind of like an environment piece with a god in it. It's kind of will become her own illustration of her. It's kind of fit on its own, which I think is actually really cool. You know, my heart always lies with doing illustration work more than anything, which is why working here and being able to work on all that stuff is such a definitely like a dream come true for me. It's the ability to work on so much illustration while being also tackling concept art is like really a plus. So I'll also just go around and figure out all these little line details. Like I don't need to like black outline everything, but some stuff is pretty nice. Then we can spend some time writing our hair today, which would be nice. That's the best thing to paint draw. If I can find like swooping motions that work. Like when we paint it, we'll definitely get rid of like, we won't have such a strong jaw line. You know, we could actually probably get rid of some of it now. Don't want it like too crazy. And she was gonna have like a large earring hanging down from wherever top of her ear would be up here. A lot of the painting I like to figure out like as I do it, so it's good to just keep exploring. Even at this stage, nothing is set in stone. We can easily just take things and remove it. People are quiet today. It is a sleepy day. I would love to take a nap.
Oh man, go ahead.
Yeah, you guys care if I just take a nap right now?
Go ahead, take a little snooze.
And then Twitch would ban this channel. You can't sleep on stream. If I start snoring.
You're snoring.
Danny! Hello, Danny. Good to see ya. Right, cafe lurking is always good. We always appreciate lurkers. Hey, Redlight. Oh, you can talk now? All right. For people who have checked out like all the new broken up stream channels, how you guys liking those? It's weird seeing so many streamers in like more specific categories already. What's up, Salsy? That's quite the dapper pickle you have there. You're here for a chance of seeing Todd? Todd might pop in. I'm not sure what he's doing right now. Did your last creative stream yesterday? Oh, that's sad. You're wondering how the channels go? Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, Meta, I definitely want us to do more and more of these. You know, it's easy enough for me to pop over and just like paint Crowfall stuff for you guys. I keep telling everybody that I'll do more of them if they need. But they like spreadsheets, I guess.
Who doesn't love spreadsheets?
Yeah. But have you poured over the numbers, the facts, the data?
I looked at spreadsheets for like 20 minutes yesterday, and I was like, I need to go take a look. I felt like I was at the end of my rope already.
Todd was just in my desk a minute ago watching you talk about how you can make her look better. Well, I'm open for feedback and opinions on how to make that possible. If he wants to swing over. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're always learning here. Oh, Menta, you saw me at Wizard World the past week and we didn't get a chance to say hello? Ah, man, that would have been amazing if you popped over and said hi. Did you get a chance? We actually spoke at the one of the panels at Wizard World. Is he here?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm keeping an eye out.
And it was about kind of like breaking into the industry, the entertainment industry. It was like me. There was like someone that used to do like 2D animation for like Hanna-Barbera, and there was like a voice actress and an author. It was really awesome to be asked to do that and be a part of it. Huge props to Debbie Sue for helping set that up. Something about if she has green eyes that could be enhanced by green in the background. I think you'd usually want like complementary colors to do that. Having things be the same color kind of blend into each other. It's all right. It's all right. We'll teach him.
We'll get there.
Says Brad, how you doing? You know, it's so nice seeing pickles everywhere. Is she naked? Yeah, she's going to be actually fully nude, but she's going to be totally covered in snake tattoos that kind of give her appearance of clothing. Am I recording this? I mean, Twitch will record the VODs. Do you guys... Crowfall records the VODs?
We put them up on YouTube.
Okay, they go up on YouTube. Lance. Oh, you did make it to Gordon's? Yeah, Gordon was there the day before me. I only got the chance to go on Sunday. That's cool. I wish there was more recordings of people's panels. Like, I would have liked to see Gordon's and all that stuff. We need notifications to pop up on here. Well, it's cool. I actually want to do more like con circuit stuff in the future. That's definitely like my plan. One was trying to get like an art table going at the Austin Comic Con this year. I totally ran out of time, and there was no way for me to fit it in with the kind of production I wanted or like quality of my table setup. And next year for sure. I used to say, I know. Do you like green screen better or not, Danny? Because I've thought about getting green screen at home too, but I'm not sure. I kind of like the light we have. Sure, I can explain why we flipped a canvas like this. So one of the biggest things for painting is to be able to get like a fresh look on your painting. It lets you see mistakes quicker, something that you might not notice before. So if you're working on a traditional piece where you work on it for longer periods of time, you might be able to get up, walk around. And when you sit back and look at the piece, it's the best time to notice like, wow, I didn't notice like that eye is too small compared to the other one. By flipping the canvas, your brain automatically makes like a reevaluation of everything on the piece. And so like proportion issues will be more noticeable. You can see mistakes. Sometimes people's faces, they start to kind of like morph and tilt in weird ways, but if you flip it, you can see those mistakes. So flip early and flip often. That's like a motto you should definitely live by. I used to not flip very often. I would flip at the end, and then you're having to fix a massive amount of mistakes. So if you want, actually in Photoshop, there's the keybind for flipping is not automatic. You have to go to Edit, Keyboard Shortcuts, and then if you go to Image, you go scroll all the way down to Image Rotation, and then there's Flip Canvas Horizontal and Flip Canvas Vertical. Usually, like I do like Alt F2 or something is my Flip Canvas Horizontal. Usually, it's different here on my work computer. I don't know why, but it is. There was a reason for it at one point. I'm just used to Control W is my flip. Anthorage, yeah, this is Zaleena. Zaleena, absolutely, that makes sense too. Yeah, if you're more comfortable doing a certain shape that way, because I don't rotate like some people have. Like if they have a Cintiq arm, they might be able to rotate their Cintiq a little bit, but I don't. My Cintiq is pretty stationary. I keep it upright. Some people have their Cintiqs kind of down in front of them. I feel like I would just have like neck problems if I did that. But yeah, it's just such a great way to rediscover your piece. And sometimes like the piece, I like it better flipped than like my first initial, sketch of it where I planned on it to be like her looking a certain way. I think initially, we will have her look, this will be the piece. I want her looking to the right for this one. Anthorage, absolutely just ask any question you want. So did you do the concept art for the Sentinels? No, that was the other concept artist, Nick Overdeek, which I don't know if you guys have ever met him on screen before, but I don't think so. But yeah, no, he did the Sentinels. He did a great job on those. There's 4 ancient Avatar tape dudes for the seasons and Stoneborn theme. Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah, Mentasera Combat didn't make it to the panel. Sorry, there wasn't like a ton of people at the panel. They said they were having like weird issues with the con where a lot of people didn't know where the conference rooms were upstairs, and it was kind of, I don't know if they were supposed to be up there initially, but it was kind of like a mix-up, so a lot of people couldn't find them. It was kind of strange. I don't know like what shape we want to do with these. All right, says Brad. Yeah, we'll be on Streamlators tonight. these kind of like little bauble earrings. Kind of present on the other side too, just a little bit. And we'll probably change the insignia and whatever symbol is present in these. Sometimes like I'll just do like a little placeholder or something, you know. So it's like the implication of detail. The implication. Other organizers weren't on their A game. Oh man, there were other issues. That stinks. MB, what's up, man? I was wondering if you approach pieces differently, if they will be mobile, NPCs, or environment architecture elements. Yeah, absolutely. I think, especially being concept, I think you always have to be mindful of what master this piece of art suits. Like, is it going straight to modeling? Is it going straight for marketing? I mean, those type of considerations are always taken in. Like a piece like this right now, I know this is not going to be modeled in game, at least at the moment. You know, I still think getting like gods in the game later would be awesome. But who knows how that's gonna work out. If we didn't do that, she would need like a real legit concept art piece, so we can actually see her full body, and we won't be like hiding stuff and worrying about what looks good for a piece. So that stuff always plays into it. And even with environment stuff too, like if it's gonna go to the environment team, or if it's like a mood piece, that stuff is always considered for sure. And it'll totally change how you paint. I actually need to at one point actually figure out her neck anatomy over here. It's kind of janky at the moment. This actually goes back a little bit further from where your bicep connects into. You got a simple question regarding the modeling. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to answer that question. Unfortunately, I have no idea. Usually I wrap a piece and then move on to the next. But this is always like a super relaxing part of the piece too. Like you're just kind of, it's like that half intermediary cleanup stage. You're just finding nice line work and roughing out a little bit more detail shapes. But I'm not worried about like full rendering or lighting. Gods in Game is what I was thinking of actually, but for the Sentinels. I know they're modeled for the statues, wondering if they meant they could be easily rigged for animation. It'd be cool to have each season Sentinel appear in game at the start of each season. Yeah, I mean, that stuff, all these ideas would be super, super cool. I'm not sure what we've shown and what we haven't shown, so I have no idea. Like I said, I'm so much integrated into like the art pipeline, so it's like concept's done, it gets past the modeling, they'll be modeled, what they do with them. My brain and imagination's usually on something way down the line. And that's the kind of thing with that concept too, that not everything that we make gets made or it looks like how we made it. So I think sometimes there's a detachment you have to make with it. Like, don't fall in love with any piece or idea, because it could totally get axed or changed, which is fine. So the fun really comes into the creation of it. Bit Live, how you doing? Content and chronology. Yeah. No, it was in order. Yeah, that's true. We try to stay somewhat in order at the beginning. All we know is concept is usually very far ahead, and that's a good thing. I've been on projects where we're like a week ahead, and that's way more terrifying. That's not too difficult, actually. Like, working mostly with Todd and Melissa on like what stuff is going to be needed later. You kind of bounce around. I'm so used to the process. I've been doing it for like 14 years now. I don't think twice about it. That's just how it is. Like maybe we can have some parts of the hair going up. I don't know. I still like to play with these shapes right now as we go. You know, she's gonna look like she's pretty fit here. Give her a little triceps. Of Gal Gadot, I could see that. We were looking at, we had a bunch of kind of like Egyptian like photos of like Egyptian women and that type of like ethnicity. We were looking for like different facial shapes because I think that's definitely a cool vibe. And I was also thinking, I was like, we could give her more bangs on the forehead. We don't have to have like total forehead exposed. That's like something that's always worth trying. And it's easy enough. Like if we want to try it now, we could simply, like, I'll make a new layer to do this. We can grab some of this shape. So let's just make this in its own set so we can check it out. That's why it's always so easy to keep playing with this stuff. We'll still make some breaks in the hair. What tablet do I use to draw? This one I use at home. I use a Cintiq 22 HD. I think this is the 24-inch that I'm using here at work. So what do you guys think? Do we go bangs or no bangs? I like to get people's opinions on these. It actually helps a lot. The bangs are actually pretty cool, I think.
I like the bangs.
I think I like the bangs. Bangs? Alright, let's keep the bangs then. And then same deal, we can start to add some of these little highlight points. Like when we paint it later, and then it'll kind of give us a little bit more. Yeah, I kind of like it too. I used to stop working digital ages ago when you had a particularly bad loss of work on a misclick. Does that ever happen? Do today's tools make it less likely? Probably less likely. I mean, you have like easier ways to have backups. I've lost some work with like a bad hard drive and stuff before, but I think if you're good about backing up your work, I mean, traditional work, I mean, someone could spill something on it, or, your kid could jam a scissors through it, something could happen. She does look more Egyptian without the bangs, but there's a good look. I actually thought the bangs look is usually quite the Egyptian look. That's why I thought it actually looked more. But it's something I've done with Crowfall stuff too is I've actually added like a contemporary twist. A lot of it, like her haircut is actually more modern, where it's cut up high on one side and longer on the other. We did some stuff when I was doing the female confessor, where she had like the hoop earrings. She kind of had like this weird 80s style to her that I don't know, I like this mix of contemporary looks with it. I think we need to stand out. I don't want to just have generic fantasy characters. Like, we're not a medieval fantasy game. Like, we're on like our own realm, you know, our own world. It's not like this is the 1400s or something. So sometimes we have people comparisons to like a lot of like, oh, what do they do in like the Middle Ages for how this looked? I was like, well, I think it's good in that there's like some fantasy basis, but this is not the Middle Ages for us. This is a different dimension for the most part. Disco Fesser? That'd be pretty awesome. Maybe we'll do some like crazy skins later. It should be a Disco Fesser. That'd be awesome. I'd be into that.
Already.
She should look like kind of like old school Storm, but she also have like a Walkman and all this cool stuff.
Like Warverse.
Yeah, I'm be into this. We just have to convince Todd of it. You guys will back me up, right? John's in.
I'll start a petition for Disco Fesser.
Disco Fesser.
My opinion is always right up there.
That's true. John should not give his opinion on it. It's going to really backfire on us. Or maybe you should say it's a really silly idea.
Like, Todd's on board.
And we should just focus on our work more.
Todd's on board right up until Gibson's like,
That's
that's a
true.
great idea.
The
No.
focus orbs, that's true. We could change their effects too. She could be like Soundwave and shoot little discs out, or
Do it.
cassette tapes. So I also want to, one point, figure out, like, I wish I could get it myself, but I don't think I'm not willing to. I love neck tattoos. I love full neck tattoos. I think they look amazing.
I agree.
I'm not sure if I'm ready to snap that off on myself, but I definitely wanted her to have one. And especially for this piece, I want to spend time to really nail down like a lot of the look of these tattoos and what they could be for kind of like writhing snakes around her.
Do you know yet if you're going for a specific style with the tattoos?
I'm not sure yet. I want pretty simple ones. There's some like key Egyptian color palettes that I wanted to work into the piece. And so I think that's going to help determine a lot of the style for some of the tattoos. Like, I've seen some really cool, you know, they're just black ink snake tattoos, but I do want to get some color in it, but I don't want it to be overly colored. I still want that kind of vintage tattoo vibe. So we'll just have to see how we want to do it. But then there's also like tattoos, so like this like snake one, we just check this out here. What's going on, you crazies?
Gibson's trolling.
Oh my goodness.
Not you. He's trolling me.
I thought it was from about.
Also, you know what? All of us. Just, you looped us all in on that one.
Well, it's going to be tough to figure out all the tattoos because I want them to accentuate the composition of the piece and the curves of her body too. So it will be interesting. I want it pretty detailed, if possible. We can have some of these other shapes that kind of go with it. Slytherin. Yeah, she probably would. She doesn't look like a Hufflepuff. But I think this version of her is gonna feel like way more badass than the other one. I kind of think the other one just looked like she was just like a wino hanging out, you know, in someone's apartment. It's like, is that really some kind of a god or goddess that we're looking for? She's like, you know, at the end of a hard day of work, all I want to is it wine o'clock yet? And it's like, well, that's not that cool. Oh, like Fiona Apple. Man, I haven't even seen what Fiona Apple looks like in a long time. You know, I guess I could kind of see it. Maybe. She's got a way different nose, though. All right. Yeah, there's like a lot of old god pieces that we're looking to kind of touch up in the future. It's really when I can get around to fit it in. But I think most of them could all use a fresh coat of paint. Especially just in comparison to a lot of the new ones. It's kind of a stark difference. Yeah, we did that, and then we did what's the last one that was just done with the animals? Elara, the Elara piece. What's her mythology? Actually, we still have her mythology up on the website. So she's pretty interesting. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, so it's believed that, you know, she was, stolen by Malachi and hatched from a dragon's egg. So she was raised. So he was pretty much, you know, he's like the trickster god. So he's raised to be his own daughter. And so this is supposed to be just like a form that she takes, and one of her favorite forms. It says, Zaleena relies heavily on her looks and her sorcery to influence the actions of gods and mortals. It's commonly said that her tongue is wicked and her kiss is poison, driving strong men mad and weak men to an early grave. Equal parts charming and cruel, Zaleena is known to lavish affection on those who do her bidding and to extract petty vengeance on those who displease her. So she's definitely more of, I would call her more humanoid gods. You know, she's not cracking moons in half or warping through different realms of existence. So it was definitely pretty interesting on figuring out what could we do with her to make her interesting, but, you know, she's also not like smashing through a mountain. Or this is kind of like a form that she's taken. And so this piece, specifically, we're going to just make it very much like an illustrative piece of her. Which I thought would be pretty cool. Yeah, if you guys want to check out the link that Crowfall game just linked, that's linked to her write-up. So I'm finding like curves and stuff that I like too, and then we can also figure these out later, like specifically how they're going to work and be what. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Jackal did tweet that first. Sorry, I didn't give you credit for the quick link.
That's okay.
I'm the worst. Hey, Skullbash, how you doing? It's good to see you in here, man. Dude, Skullbash is an amazing, amazing artist also that also streams. Dude, I hope you're doing well, man. This is my where I work full time at the studio. This is so we're streaming for the studios channel today, just for a little bit. Yeah, this is for Crowfall, which is the project that we're working on at Artcraft Entertainment. This is what I have been heavily involved in pretty much since its creation about 4 years ago. So we do a lot of concept art, all the most of the marketing illustration, and this is one of our gods in the game. I'm kind of refiguring her out. I want that there. I want to try to. Gravoy, man. Look at those are tasty bread and butters right there. Tastiest. I just picked up a full jar yesterday. Oh man.
Of bread and butter pickles?
Not bread and butters, but they were.
We were about to throw down.
I'll buy a jar of bread and butters.
Those are
I'll throw down any day.
Those are fucking awful.
You're gonna talk trash about any type of pickle in front of me? Oh my goodness.
Bread and butter
Get him, guys. Get
pickles.
Jackal. Tear
Come
him.
on.
Tear him in pieces. Awesome, awesome, man.
Regular pickles are just
Yeah.
disgusting.
Well, okay, they have a hearty garlic version.
Who are these people
Those
that I
are
work with?
So good.
Well, I can see that.
Yeah.
Garlic.
I mean, obviously, garlic's gonna be better.
I don't
But
know.
Bread and butter. What about
Making me question my
sweet pickles?
decisions.
You.
What's
like
up,
those
Digital?
little Sweet gherkins.
Oh, God.
Those are good.
No,
Terrible.
you're so wrong.
They're all good.
They're no.
Spicy pickles, sweet pickles. Oh man.
I can't believe. I'm sorry.
Fried pickles.
Fried pickles are amazing.
All right, I was about to like
No, I'm
lose
not
all
going
faith
to lie.
completely.
I had fried pickles.
Adam, it's really like I can't even concentrate right now because of it.
However, I like the fried pickle spears less than the chips because I always end up biting it and just pulling the whole pickle spear.
Oh
out.
no, that's probably a bad place that's doing it. Alamo actually has good.
They do the spears.
I like the spears. You ever try? I like the chips too though.
Yeah, I like the chips better. They're both fine. They're both fine.
Bread and butter is the ass of pickles. I do like them. I enjoy them. I don't like them with. I like bread and butters like on a burger.
But why would you when you could just have regular good pickles on the burger?
Variety is the spice of life. I like other
Only
pickles
with
with
good
different
variety.
sandwiches. I have a burger, maybe
It's
bread
like
and
when
butters
they-
are good.
It's like when they put those sweet peppers on like cheesesteak.
Oh, I hate those.
Ruins it.
I can't do sweet peppers either. Oh,
Or like banana peppers and stuff.
ugh. Mm-mm. Nope.
Get out
Oh
of
my
Nope.
god, guys.
here. Shut it down. Shut it down.
I love those.
That's it. Turn it all off.
I don't understand you guys anymore. Like I like a lot of things, I guess. I like regular peppers, sweet peppers. It's all right, Adam. We'll cry it out later. Big pickle hug. It's shocked me to my core right now.
To be fair, I was having a huge argument on Facebook earlier about whether Freezy Pops are called Freeze Pops or Otter Pops or Popsicles.
I never heard of Otter Pops.
This was becoming like an actual throwdown.
People are like getting angry, like people are defriending each other over it.
Oh yeah, it was getting bad. So the things in the plastic, right? Like the whole frozen, they're in like a whole plastic. Yeah, some people call
Thank
those
you, Adam. Thank
popsicles.
you.
That's what I said. They're Freezy Pops.
Freezy Pops.
Which ones? What are they?
They're in the little like plastic tube.
Right.
And they come in like a box, right?
Yeah.
Like big plastic. Yeah, you cut the end off. And...
They're Freezy Pops.
Oh yeah, they're not popsicles.
No, they're not popsicles.
Yeah, I agree.
Popsicles have a stick.
Or that,
Yeah, it has to have a stick.
Or Otter Pops are a specific brand of Freezy Pops.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Thank you, Gibson. The voice of reason in this crazy world.
Right.
That's true. You're the most sane person I've ever met.
That is a hard world.
It was tough to get out. We're going to have to fix these fingers later. At least we can kind of get like some idea of how we may want to do them. Just gotta cut these bad boys. Rit, how you doing? I don't know if that's a good way to say your name. Rit MKH. Right. Yeah, so basically we would just continue this process all the way down throughout the whole piece. Keep line drawing, and once I'm like satisfied with the line drawing, like everything towards the head right now, I probably wouldn't touch with any more line at all. It's enough. I don't really need to mess with value. There's some like, I think horn shapes around her hair that I might fix and tweak. But I think if we just develop that, and then we can start adding value, that would be a good place. I think I probably would line out the background as well. Like actually figure out the real tattoo design, which would actually be pretty cool to work on for the piece. There's a lot of this pose I need to figure out too, so I may have John pose for me like this later. And then we can really kind of flesh out these details.
God, the concern in his face is real. You gotta help with the process, Gibson.
Yeah, this is. Are you part of the team here?
Come on, man.
Call me Gibson. If you say John, you're talking about Emil.
Oh, did I say John or Gibson?
You said John.
I said John. Either one.
That's alright, we'll get O'Neil to do it.
Yeah, O'Neil. I'll have O'Neil do this too. He could hop in on this.
Better,
Yeah, absolutely. O'Neil will give me this type of seductive face that I'm looking for that I think would really bring the piece home. That would be perfect. If you guys have feedback from you guys, maybe we can get John to model it on stream for everybody. O'Neil.
I think I see where our next
Absolutely.
live stream's going.
We're not going to do one of those anymore.
Ever again? Have we said that?
I don't know. With Debbie too with that.
Houston's like, please no, let's never do those
I
again.
talked about it yesterday, and she's like, "Why?" I was like, "Don't get that many people in there."
We got like a couple thousand at one point last
It's
time.
all the same people that have already like.
Well, that's true.
That's fair. We just gotta have.
We only got so many because we were on the front page of Twitch last
That
time.
wasn't the last one. That was the one before.
That was 2 ago?
Yep.
Oh.
Because I wasn't here for Doggy getting.
That's
Blame back. How you
that was
doing?
the one that was like a total 2-hour upfront fail.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wasn't here for that.
It was a 2-hour upfront fail. What happened?
They were trying to set up too.
Let us relive that experience right now.
They wanted too much from us.
They wanted too much. They were trying to set
That
up. too many
seems
cameras.
that's par for the course though, right?
Not with this bad boy over here.
Yeah, we can have all the cameras we want on that one.
Oh, like the setup was just
It
crazy.
was just crazy. Yeah.
Like
He
27
tried to draw it
cameras
for
set
me.
up, feeding into one.
Oh yeah, I drew a hole. Oh, there it is, right there.
That's-
I forgot you put it on
That's
your wall.
insane.
This is actually the diagram I drew. Oh, it's stupid. It's running off a single laptop.
I'm amazed you got any of it to work. So major
We
props to
really
you.
didn't- We ended up having to split it. Remember?
We're still looking to do a D&D session, I think, and stream it at one point also.
No, we're not.
Todd keeps talking about it.
No, that would be awesome.
I definitely want to do the D&D stream with the Crowfall crew here.
Is it gonna be the our team D&D?
Dude, what Donkey Goat made it over to the channel? You guys don't know how much of a blessed day this is.
50 people for each of those.
That is amazing. Donkey, what's up? It's a very special experience. I hope you guys appreciate it. Oh,
Special experience.
yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty.
Absolutely. Yeah, Menta, we've done a couple D&D streams. I mean,
It's been a while.
it's been probably over a
I haven't
year.
been here for that either, so it's definitely been.
There before you even started? How long have you been here?
Just over a year. So it's probably like a year and a half ago.
Wow. We dropped the ball on that. Gibson was always like, why am I staying after hours for this?
I should be asleep right now.
I know, like, I have a child.
I have a child.
I have a family. I want to go home.
I'd stay after hours for that. That'd be awesome.
If I was Gibson, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, Gibson. Come on.
What?
I said if I was you, I would have thought the same thing and be like, oh my
have
God,
a
can I just
child.
set you up and be like, I'm leaving?
Yeah. Just push this button to stream. and
Like, I have a
everything
wife and
else.
child to, like, spend time with.
That's why I had a family.
I know. Exactly. It is team building, absolutely. It's cool to do that stuff, you know, with the team.
It's cool when you're actually
Like, we did the, I did that illustration of our team,
Yeah, I've seen that.
which was awesome. If you guys didn't see it, I'm pulling it up for everybody because
You did.
it's going to be a
Everyone?
little part of self-pimping here.
Except for you.
Except for me. I'm
You
not
were-
going.
I got Todd in there.
I had to ghost myself in and make myself O'Neill's tattoo.
We did a piece of our D&D team.
That was hilarious.
Which was- I still... I should get this thing printed. Yeah, so this was for the this was of our Crowfall D&D team. I think Todd is the beholder in the background.
Was he the DM?
He was the we were gonna have like this kind of like dark figure kind of hanging out in the shadows. That'd been him. So we had O'Neill. You guys can take a guess which character O'Neill is. Then we have Doggett as a little halfling. I mean, look how tasty that thing looks. And I am the gnome, and Melissa was the. I think she was a rogue, but she had a bow quite often. I think was she a ranger? I'm not sure what she was actually. It's been too long now. It's been too long. It is Adam. That was the first. That was the introduction of the pickle. That was number one. That was its creation because Doggett's character, he's got like a baguette on his back, so we're like, he makes sandwiches. What goes good on a sandwich?
Pickles.
A pickle.
obviously.
Maybe not a bread and butter, but a pickle for sure.
I see that you're coming around to the sane ways.
You know, I'm all about like bringing people together. I'm all about peace talk. Oh, yeah, I'm all about peace talks. Yeah, maybe a pickle will solve all the world's problems someday. I mean, a man can hope.
That's how we achieve world peace.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, have J-Tog crouching with the fake cosplay? That'd be... I think that'd just be disturbing for everybody. That, like, that'd scare the children. What do you guys think about Todd doing that again? That would be amazing. Tell John I say hi. Which John? We've got a couple of Johns here.
Which John?
I assume Gibson because he threw an H in there. What?
Nobody knows me here.
Nobody knows me.
Everybody loves you here. Gibson. He's saying hi to Gibson.
Oh, that's my niece. That's Marina.
Oh, it's Marina. Okay.
It's a little Gibby.
Oh, it is a little Gibby. All right. Because Gibson was talking trash a minute ago. You just said that person didn't know how to spell.
People would spell my name too.
No. That H is
That's
important.
a Jonathan.
That's a
That's
Jonathan.
an abomination.
At least you know John's like this all the time.
Yeah. You're like this all the time.
Yeah. It's all right. That's why we love you.
Yeah. We like you because you're surly.
If you were just like a proper yes man, it'd be like boring. That's it already? Man, an hour seems so short.
I know, right?
Oh man, think of it was a half an hour. You're just going through spreadsheets.
Yeah, if you guys want, next time we can bring up some balance changes. We could pull through the numbers, and you know, we got a 1% stat squish on strength stat. That's it's gonna greatly affect so many things. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today while we kind of started on this Zaleena piece. Rise, I know. I'm sorry. I would stream for longer, but I think I'm invading Gibson's room here.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Like I could easily do a 6 to 8 hour ping stream.
You can stay in here.
Not break a sweat. So 440 music. Oh, thank you so much. It'd be cool once we release this one. These pieces don't take us too long to do. K-Seer, yeah, he did. We'll probably actually might bring this over to my stream later, and we'll continue working on this piece also. We have the other piece, but I think this piece would be cool to work on also. And we'll pop up the video on YouTube. But K-Seer, awesome to see you. BDR, when is the next one? When is the next stream? We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. We have no answers.
There are no answers here.
We don't know what's happening around here. So in case you guys are wondering what I do during the day, it's dealing with these fine gentlemen and working on this stuff. But you guys are awesome. Definitely check out. Is it just what's your URL? Is it just crowfall.com?
Yeah, crowfall.com.
Crowfall.com. Check it out, guys. Thank you so much for stopping over the channel. Been super awesome. I love seeing so many friendly faces. Love seeing the pickles. You guys are awesome. That'd be it. I'll see you guys later.